With that being said, welcome to the new show on the block. Touching every topic, guaranteed to make it hot. Run them Phillip River spirals to Gurley running the rock. Run them Lake Show dunks to them game winning shots. It's a lock, it's a fact that we only spitting facts. Like who wreck a finna flop and who stay on top of that. Who the hottest of the month and who really spitting trash. Don't stress, just guess. This your favorite podcast. Everything should be dead after.
That's what he said.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending what time it is, wherever you are in the world. Listen to us right now. I am Francisco, your host with the most, aka defective_TDK on IG. I'm chilling with my co-host.
What's up, everybody? It's Daniel, aka Unruly Pretty Rocco on that IG.
And you are now tuned in to episode 66 of
With That Being Said.
And episode 66 is the last episode of the year.
6666666.
Nah, okay, yeah. You caught me off guard there.
Did I?
Not hailing Satan,
Okay.
more hailing Aubrey.
Okay.
Six God. Yeah, dude, we're here. We're in the thick of it. Pause. End of the year, man. The new year is what, 4 or 5 days away?
Yeah. It's the 28th, so no, it's 3 days away.
Okay. Also, wasn't ever that good at math. Christmas just passed. How was it for you?
It was great, man. It was actually really fun. Spending with family, and then met up with the homies after Christmas Day. Watched some basketball. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Yo.
Yeah, but it was a great week. What about you?
I'm not gonna lie. It was probably one of my better Christmas memories. It was a good time, you know.
No, yeah, me too.
And-
I had a lot
and-
of fun.
And the weird part about that is I don't think there was anything like that stands out. Like, oh my God, like that special moment, like something happened. But
That
it was
Christmas
just
miracle.
yeah, no, nothing like that. But it was
Uh-huh.
just overall, it was a nice time. Christmas landed on Wednesday. Like, luckily, I was fortunate enough that I got Monday, Tuesday off.
Oh, so you're
So I
chilling.
had my cool little tree day.
Tree day.
My little tree day, you know? Was I sippy? Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I know I'm looking forward to the new year. Do you know your schedule for the new year? Yeah.
I'm off New Year's Day. Thank the fucking Lord.
So the first.
The first I'm off,
Okay, right on.
and then that's it. I'm off the next. I mean, at work the whole week except Fridays, because so we do the podcast on Fridays.
Except for this last week, and we want to apologize to everybody.
Yeah, everybody that was upset, and we messed up their. Some people like to listen to our podcast Saturday mornings while they're doing shit. I'm not
Yeah.
saying any names.
Shout out to homie Elben. I'll say your name. My coworker Mauricio, he always tells me to text him as soon as the episode goes up because he wants to check it out. And actually, shout out to his cousin. He told me just today that he put his cousin onto the show, so now his cousin fucks with the show. So, what it do, baby?
What it
This
do,
one's for you,
baby?
doggy. Yeah. We usually record and upload the show on Fridays, but scheduling conflicts,
Yeah, it happened.
life happens.
Life happens.
You feel me? So today's a Saturday show. You want to just jump in?
Let's do it.
You want to just jump in, dog? Enough of this teasing. Enough of this. Get your toes in the water. Just jump in,
Let's
baby.
do it. Let's do it, baby.
Let's start off with NFL. We got. I was about to lie to everybody. I was gonna say we got some exciting games coming up, but tell you the truth, I looked at the schedule this week. The last week of the regular season, the finale. There's a lot of fucking boring games.
It is a lot, but there's some.
A lot of games that don't mean shit. I only found
Yeah.
one game that really intrigued me.
Which one intrigued you?
That's the San Francisco. What are they?
The Niners?
Yeah, that thing.
That thing?
That thing.
That team?
playing
okay.
playing the Birds from Seattle. What are they?
Seattle, the Birds, Seahawks.
Ostriches.
Oh yeah.
Seahawks.
The Hawksies. Yeah.
That was my next guess. 12-man stand-up.
Okay.
Yeah, we got the Niners taking on the Seahawks, and they're only a game apart, and they're fighting for that division, and it's just so. It's so interesting to see how life works out sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are you gonna tell me that at the beginning of the season the NFL was like, it's gonna be Seahawks and Niners fighting for?
No, of course. I don't
No
think
way.
anything-
They probably would have assumed it would have been the Rams.
Yeah, I love LA. And probably thought that too.
Probably the Rams Seahawks because we all knew the Niners were going to be better this year than last year, but
Not
the
this much
jump
better.
they made,
Agreed. Agreed.
So I mean that game's going to be one that you have to watch because not only is it going to affect that division, it's going to affect the seeding throughout the NFC.
Yes.
You have any games that you excited for?
Excited? No, but I mean, I kind of want to.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know it's a little hard. So I had a list in front of me, and I just let me see, where did this go? But for sure, one of the games is Tennessee and Houston,
Tennessee, Houston. Okay.
because that's another playoff implications. Tennessee, I think, needs to win to make that last wild card spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. And also, Houston, the last couple weeks, I feel like we don't really know what we're gonna get,
I don't know. It's been weird.
because they won last week against Tampa Bay,
Yeah.
but it was the ugliest game in the world.
It's a ugly,
Like, it was
ugly
not
game. Yeah.
Houston style game.
Yeah. On top of that, I think depending on another outcome, Houston might be able to sit their stars right before the game.
Okay.
So I mean, it might be a gimme for Titans, but again, we don't know. It's a bunch of this happens, but it's an interesting game. All the Titans need to do is win, and I'm just saying, if you have any people playing on the Titans, you should probably start them.
And also, you know what? Shout out to the Tennessee Titans, because I feel like year in and year out, they're just not really relevant. They're
At
an
all.
8-8 team
Yeah,
every year.
basically. They're not even bad. Like they're just
Yeah,
not,
exactly. You're not even bad. You're not bad enough to get draft picks, but you're not good enough to get into the dance. And this year, you know what? The resurgence of Ryan Tannehill's career, he got some young studs at the wide receiver position. Like, they're actually a pretty fun team to watch, especially when you got Derrick Henry running the ball like that.
Yes, and I think he should be healthy.
Yeah, I think he's
This
leaning
week.
towards playing. I think he's
Yes.
leaning towards playing. Last week we were talking about, fantasy football. And honestly,
Yeah.
guys,
Honestly, who gives a fuck about
who
fantasy
gives a
football?
fuck about? Because
Who cares?
we're adults.
Yeah,
We're
like,
adults.
I want to watch real football. I don't care about
and-
fantasy.
And grow up, be mature.
Yeah,
Okay, fantasy that's for children. Okay,
yeah. Who?
it's not for guys like me.
Come on, like
And I
Who
just want to
cares?
say that this has nothing to do with the fact that last week me and Danny were both eliminated from the playoffs, fantasy football. Honestly, if I would have won and made it to this week, I would still be the same.
yeah. 'Cause
Same guy.
Come on, who cares? Like, who
'Cause
cares?
You guys, listeners, you know me from the bottom of my heart. Same guy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You never flip flop ever.
I had an ugly loss. A lot of my players disappointed.
Yeah.
A lot of my players disappointed.
I witnessed that.
And
Deshaun
it was some guys that
DeAndre Hopkins.
you relied on
Mm-hmm.
throughout the year.
By the way, he lost to his sister, guys.
I feel like we didn't need to throw that in there, damn. Okay.
Uh,
But yeah, okay, yeah, I did. And
he lost to his sister.
who's bitter? Not me.
Yeah.
Nah, I've got other things going on in my life, way bigger stuff, way
Like
more important.
podcast,
Yeah, I've got goals for 2020, so I can't even. I didn't want to worry about this.
Hey,
fantasy
no, we
football
leave
stuff.
we live this in the past, man. This is a new decade coming up. We don't think about this no more.
You feel me?
Yeah, exactly.
And how about for you? How did your demise happen?
My demise happened. My guys actually played well, but they didn't play as well as they should have. I had a couple studs that played like normal, good players, decent players.
They had average games.
And then it was just, and then of course my opponent had fucking Saquon had like 47,000 points for some reason.
47,000. I think that's a real
47,000.
stat.
Yeah, no, for real. It was 47,000 points. Usually, I don't know if you guys know, but usually running backs don't score that many points in fantasy football.
Yeah.
But he did.
But he happened to do
He
it.
happened to have 47,000 points.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that might be an all-time high.
I think so.
I'd have to look at the record books.
Yeah, I have to look at it too. But, whatever. If I had Saquon, I would have won. But it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, it happens.
And you lost to.
Who did I lose to? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Well, I have to mention his name. 'Cause
No, why?
He's a good friend of mine.
That's great.
He's been on the show.
He has?
You know what? It was one of our better episodes.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Ernie.
I don't know who that is.
Shout out Ernie. If you guys want to go back and listen to that episode, I believe the title of that episode was "The Guest with the Best." Also, Ernie picked that name. We definitely did not pick that
Yeah,
name.
he hacked our phones or something.
But it was actually a good episode. And shout out to Ernie. Congrats to
Honestly?
you. Shout out to Adriana. Congrats to you.
Honestly, I don't like that episode.
Honestly,
Yeah.
we might take it down.
Yeah, we're just gonna delete it now.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
So I know every week, week in and week out, we give you guys fantasy football advice. But because I still feel the burning of 1,000 suns deep in my chest over my loss, I will not be giving you advice this week.
Basically, he's bitter.
I will be commentating on Daniel's advice this week.
Yes, because you know what? the show must go on. I mean, honestly, I just threw in names because I don't give a fuck about fantasy football. So
You know what?
I just want to screw everybody over.
Yeah, you should lie. You should give them names that they shouldn't be starting and hope they lose.
Like Alex Smith, start him.
Who's that?
Alex Smith?
Nope.
I don't know who that is either. He was a quarterback, he got injured. I don't know. He retired, I think.
Oh, a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Hmm?
I don't know who
Wouldn't
that is.
know.
But if I was in the playoffs, week 17, and if I wanted to win, I would definitely start Ryan Tannehill,
That's
quarterback,
right, boy.
Tennessee Titans, against the Houston Texans. Tannehill's been a star. He and the Titans need to win to claim the final AFC wild card. And he scored at least 28 points 3 games in a row. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Interesting about those 28 in 3 games. One of those 28 points was against the Texans in Week 15.
Okay.
On top of that, the Houston Texans could be resting their starters if the Chiefs beat the Chargers because they don't got nothing else to worry about.
And that seems pretty likely, to be honest.
Yeah, because them Chargers.
You know what, though? I was thinking about it.
What's up?
I think if we, and when I say we, I mean the Chargers, if we lose to the Chiefs this week, I think we will have gotten swept throughout the division.
That
We didn't win one division game. I don't think so. I'd have to check, but
God.
I'm like 90% sure
Oh
we
my
didn't win
God.
one division game.
That's really bad.
We only won 5.
Damn.
None of them were division
None
wins.
of them were division wins. Okay. Well, to carry on that trend, I have to go with another Tennessee Titan because I know these 2 people are going to be started. Remember, a lot of teams sit players week 17.
Uh-huh.
So if you're still in the playoffs, I got A.J. Brown,
Big
another
facts.
wide receiver, big facts
Big
against
facts.
Houston.
I love that.
Like I said before, the Titans need to win one of the wild card spots. Houston is 21st against opposing quarterbacks, which is kind of bad. He has scored at least 14 PPR points in 4 of his past 5 games.
Yep.
And again, he also had another 25-point outing in Week 15 against the Texans. So it's looking like the Titans are going to eat against the Texans.
Honestly, I'm not mad at that matchup for them. I think it's really good. But what do I know? I got eliminated.
Yeah, you would. I don't know.
Yeah,
Me too.
Go ahead.
My last one is a little homer pick, but I think you're gonna agree with this. I think a lot of people are gonna agree with this. I got Tyler Higbee, stardom, LA Rams tight end against the Arizona. I was about to say Arizona Diamondbacks, Arizona Cardinals. Look, Jared Goff might not play all 4 quarters because we're kind of eliminated, but Blake Bortles isn't a scrub. He's not a scrub. Tyler Higbee has had 100 receiving yards 4 games in a row, and even with Gerald Everett back last week, he still had 9 catches for 104 yards. For a tight end, I like that. On top of that, the tight ends have by far allowed the most points to opposing tight ends this year.
The Cardinals.
Cardinals themselves have allowed the most points to opposing tight ends this year.
Yeah. Pretty much all year, if you play fantasy football, it's hard to come by a tight end that you can trust because there's really only like 3 in the league, 4 in the league maybe. So a large portion throughout the year, people just wanted the tight end who was playing the Cardinals that week because it really was that obvious and that bad that's how they were getting beat week in and week out. So, I mean, even with Gerald Everett back, I completely agree. I think Tyler Higbee's going to show out this Sunday. And as far as next year's concerned, Everett got to be worried about that starting spot.
Yep, I think so too.
I like your picks, though, man.
Thank you.
I like your picks.
Too bad that didn't help. You're probably not going to help. You're probably going to
help.
lose.
Yeah. And honestly, grow up already.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not that serious.
Pay some bills.
For real.
Let's move on to some guys that tend to make me happy, but just not always. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like when it counts? When it's counted a little bit?
Well, I mean, it did counted.
Okay.
I'm talking, of course, of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh.
They are sitting at 24-7. Good for number 1 in the West.
Let's go.
But currently sitting on a 4-game losing streak.
Oh.
One of those games, or the last game, I should say, was on Christmas Day against the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers ended up winning the game 111-106. The Lakers mostly led it throughout this whole game.
Yeah.
Honestly, we should have won that game.
Yeah,
we should have won that game.
I still don't know what happened in the fourth quarter.
Well, you know what? I'm starting to get to the point where I'm questioning the coaching staff.
Really?
Just for some of the decision making.
Some matchups.
Some of the matchups on the defensive end I found peculiar.
KCP on
KCP when he
on Kawhi.
Yeah. But some of that was
Like
the
just
Clippers, pick and roll and
switching.
switching off, and there's not much you can do about that. But also, when the Clippers started to mount that run in the third quarter, don't let it get even. Don't let it get even. Don't let them get down by 1. We had like a 13-point lead at halftime.
Yeah.
If they get it down to 7 and you see that we're not doing anything in your mind to change what's happening, call a timeout. Make some subs or call a couple plays to get comfortable. Let's get some easy buckets. Let's get back in the groove of the game. Let's get back to where we were. If you see that they're mounting the comeback, something needs to change. And if the players on the floor are not making anything happen, you as the coach need to stop the game. That's what the timeouts are for. I didn't like that Frank Vogel tried to Phil Jackson the situation by basically saying, hey,
Figure it out.
we're going to let these guys work out through their funk. I get it. It's only one game throughout the season. It's not the most important game. We're playing for the bigger picture. But at the same time, if the Clippers are a team that we're looking at, hey, down the road, we're going to have to deal with these guys, our team needs a bit of a confidence boost. We can't lose this game in that fashion in the sense that we were leading the whole time.
And then they came back and beat us.
And then they came back and beat us.
100% agree. Yeah.
Besides that, I think it's pretty obvious the three-point shooting just wasn't there for anybody, really.
Except Kuzma.
Except Kuz got hot. And it was nice to see Kuz show up. It was by far his best game of the season.
And then it didn't help that I think LeBron went like 0 for 7 from the field to start off the game.
That really bothered me because I feel like a lot of those were bad shots by him. And they weren't necessarily bad shots where the defense was forcing him. It was just
wanted to throw it up.
Yeah, he wanted to throw it up. And it's like, I wasn't comfortable with it. So I knew at a certain point he would start hitting just by shot selection. But at the same time, I'm not trying to discredit what the Clippers did. They mounted a comeback.
Who did they have on LeBron? If I remember.
Kawhi.
Was it Kawhi?
Yeah, they had Kawhi. I like at the beginning of the game they had LeBron on Kawhi. I like the fact that they went away from that pretty quick. Not because, I mean, let's face it, LeBron is getting older. He's not as quick defensively as he once was. I feel like Kawhi could definitely exploit that matchup.
I feel like Kawhi can exploit almost any matchup.
Because of his greatness. Also, once again, we saw another game where, Anthony Davis was not in the post.
Yo, what was Paul George?
Because
I feel like he wasn't a factor this game.
I feel like he was also struggling, but he sparked that comeback run, and that was basically his moment throughout the game. But also Kawhi, like, before I knew it, I looked up and he had 35. I was like, when did this happen? I knew he was hitting shots, but I was like, damn, that 35 adds up quick.
But going back to you saying no AD in the post, you would think going against the Clippers, we have a size advantage. Why wouldn't you just?
And I understand that Anthony Davis is not the strongest big man that we've seen, but he's always gonna have a size advantage, especially against a team like that. So it just bothers me when he's shooting turnaround jumpers or spotting up for threes. I get it, the game has changed, but also let's use our advantage, especially when we need to slow down the game because they're just attacking us and mounting this run. We need to slow down the pace of this game. But like I said, I do not want to discredit the Clippers. A lot of times they were fighting for position down low and they wouldn't let AD be comfortable trying to hold his own position or trying to catch the ball in the post. So they were fighting before the ball even gets there. So I mean, it is what it is. I said before the game that we shouldn't look too much into this game. It is just one out of the 82 that we get to play. We will see them again. But it really boosted my confidence. The fact that we led most of the game and we looked good. It's just the 3-point shot wasn't there and we fell in love with jumpers. Once again, when they got in foul trouble, we didn't go to the basket. We were in the bonus so early in the fourth and we were not going to the basket. We were shooting jumpers. It didn't make any sense to me. I think the moment was too big for some of the guys on the floor and they weren't ready. We'll get there, though. This team is still building. Tonight, we're playing against the Portland Trailblazers. What up, Carmelo? You feel me?
Hello.
We're on a 4-game losing streak, and this game is at Portland. That doesn't make me feel too comfortable. But
hopefully we sneak one.
But LeBron is supposed to play tonight. I know there was questions about him playing. We should snap the streak tonight. We should. Let's get back on pace. Let's do the things that we're supposed to. Anthony Davis had said that defensively some of the guys we're not bringing the intensity that they had to.
But
But he said even in that loss to the Clippers, something clicked. They were back to that where they're supposed to be, and I agree. Like, it's obvious that the length of this team bothers the Clippers, and it's gonna bother most teams. You know, we really need to use that to our advantage. I think we do it tonight against who the fuck we playing? Don't matter because we gonna win, dog.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow.
All right, The Rock.
Tomorrow,
All right.
it doesn't matter
It
what your
doesn't
name.
matter.
Tomorrow we're playing against the Dallas Mavericks. Luka's back from his injury. Luka looking like a fucking baller, dog.
That's gonna be a tough one.
I know.
Second from back to back.
But both games against the Mavericks have been entertaining. Whether we win or lose, they've been really entertaining. So I look forward to that game. After that, on Wednesday, we're taking on Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Honestly, I can only name 3 guys on the Phoenix Suns. But
Amari Stoudemire? Oh, never mind.
Never mind.
No, my bad.
but they've been better than previous years. So it's always exciting to see a roster improve, especially a roster like that with a bunch of young guys.
Always.
Everyone's starting to take that step, and we're gonna find out the potential that these guys have, if they're living up to it or not. And then on Friday, we got the Pelicans, bro.
All right.
We got the Pelicans, man.
We got the Pelicans. They haven't been doing well at all, actually.
Yeah.
It's been
Everyone's just kind of waiting for Zion to come back.
Yeah.
But Brandon Ingram's shining in his role, as he should be.
But I mean, he's the only guy on a good team.
He's the only guy on a good team.
He's the number one option on a bad team. I mean, sorry.
I mean, you think he's the number one option? They still got Drew Holiday, don't they?
Yeah.
If Drew Holiday's on that team, Drew Holiday's the number one option.
He's looking good. I'm not gonna hate on him. I'm always skeptical on people having those nice stats on a bad team.
Yeah, you feel like they're a bit inflated.
They're a little bit inflated. I'm not hating on him. I don't think I don't know. Remember with the Lakers, he kind of showed some things, he kind of didn't. So again, I'm still a little skeptical on him.
Well, I think it's fair when people say by your third, fourth year, we kind of know who you are and who you're going to be in this league. And this is his third, fourth year. But you're right. The numbers should be a little inflated playing on a bad team. Around the league, I wanted to mention this because this made my eyes water a little bit. You feel me?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
I'm not going to lie. I was a little emotional. It was Miami Heat rookie Chris Silva was reunited with his mother after not seeing her for 7 years. They were at practice. The coach called them towards the corner of the court, and he mentioned how, hey, during the holidays, it's about being with your loved ones, being with family. And every time I think of that, I think of Chris Silva not being able to see his family. So we surprised him by bringing his mom, flying her all the way over here, and she comes out of the tunnel. And the guy, it's funny to see because he's a grown man, a giant of a human being, and he gets emotional, and he's like, "That's my mom," and he starts crying. And it was like, oh, it was too hot to handle, man.
I feel it.
It fucked me up, man. Besides that, have you heard about the Kevin Love trade rumors?
No, I have not.
Kevin Love trade rumors, and I think it's really important to keep an eye or an ear open for what the fuck's gonna happen with Kevin Love.
That's interesting. Oh.
So Kevin Love, as we know, is playing on a bad team, Cleveland Cavaliers. But he's putting up numbers and he's doing his thing. Kevin Love, to me, will eventually be a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he's going to be first ballot.
Yeah.
But he will eventually be a Hall of Famer for all his years in Minnesota. Kevin Love was one of my favorite players to watch when he was in Minnesota. But now we're talking about possible trade rumors, and I feel like he can be a piece to a team that to them in their mind is thinking, hey, we're right there. We can make this jump to the next level. The team that comes to mind and that most people are talking about is the Boston Celtics.
Wow.
If he goes to the Boston Celtics, he will be your fourth best player. If Kevin Love is your fourth best player, your roster is stacked.
Interesting.
Hands down. You're looking at a team that's gonna have, if it happens, Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kevin Love, Marcus Smart coming off the bench. I'm not saying that the Celtics should do it, but if they think this is their year to go get it, let's make that move.
I think it is their year to go get it. I think it's time.
Well, I mean, they still have to worry about the Sixers. They still have to worry about Milwaukee. And the thing is, every team is always going to need defense and rebounding. Every team's always going to need that. Kevin Love is a good defender, not in the sense where he's gonna be on the highlight reel blocking shots. he's going to be getting steals, but he does all the little things.
Yeah.
Like earlier, how I was talking about the Clippers were making Anthony Davis feel uncomfortable in the low post before he could get the ball. That's the kind of stuff Kevin Love does. Besides that, he brings the outlet passing. He can shoot for a big man. He stretches the floor. He's a valuable piece. He's a valuable asset to a team that thinks they can do it this year.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, I think it would be a good fit with the Boston Celtics. The only other team I would want him to go to, which wouldn't make them a championship contender, but would certainly make them a better team, is the Portland Trailblazers.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is the Portland Trailblazers. And I've been saying this for a while now that they need to break up that team.
Yeah, they need to do something.
So if they can figure out some sort of 3-team trade and maybe ship out CJ McCollum, get Kevin Love and another piece from a third team, I mean, it'd be mad interesting.
Yeah.
And now you got Carmelo hooping.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
That's interesting. No, you're right, because that team has just been stagnant.
Yeah, exactly.
And they need to do something. It's like they remind me of the Clippers when they just had they had the same core and they just wouldn't do anything. It just first round, second round, first round, second round.
But even then, I feel like that's not I feel like that's not a fair comparison, only because I feel like we know what we're gonna get out of the Blazers, 6 seed and down every year, right?
Yeah.
I feel like they're more like the Pelicans with Chris Paul and Tyson Chandler. Like we knew. We knew you're gonna be there and you're gonna lose for a second round. You're done. That's all we get from you. Honestly, the fact that they went to the Western Conference Finals last year, to me, was an overachievement. It was an overachievement, and then they go and get swept. Bro, like, let's do something. We have to make a change. I fuck with Dame, loyal to the soil and all that shit, but something got to change.
Something needs to change. I agree.
Like we said at the top of the show, man, this is going to be the last episode for 2019. We're going into 2020 in just a few days now. So it's only right that we do a recap of this year. Right, Danny?
Yes, sir.
So let me go ahead and start back in February. Because the only thing that happens in January is me and J. Cole's birthday, but y'all don't got to worry about that.
Wait a minute. I was like, you're kind of missing a month.
I mean, what happened in January besides me and J. Cole's birthday? Don't matter.
Nothing. I don't remember. Honestly, I be forgetting things happened this year.
Honestly, when I started like trying to look up and go through a timeline, I'm like, oh shit, that did happen this year.
Oh fuck, that was damn. And we always talk about how like the year goes by fast. No, that shit does not. Like we just be forgetting.
Yeah, bad memory. All that LSD in the 70s.
Go ahead.
So back in February, the Patriots won yet another Super Bowl.
Oh, nice. This is a beautiful memory.
Well, I mean, for some of us.
Yeah.
And they went on to beat the Los Angeles Rams in a 13-3 game. One of the more boring Super Bowls.
One of the more hurtful Super Bowls.
Depends. I bet on Tom Shady.
Yeah, you always do.
Not
you're
always.
You're low key a Patriots fan.
No, you cannot say that about me. I just respect greatness.
I feel like every single year you bet Tom Shady. So
I mean, it's hard to go against the man in the Super Bowl.
I mean, look, we were tied 3-3 going into the fourth quarter.
And then what happened?
And then nothing happened, and 10 points happened, and then it became 13-3. I don't know, dude. I'm still upset about that. Like we really did not show up. We didn't show up. Like we thought the game was at 5 when it was at 3. Like,
yeah,
oh, fuck.
You know what? That is what it felt like, actually.
Yeah, it's like, oh, fuck, we're playing. Oh, shit, we got to go now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad, man. It was so bad.
So what else happened in February? In February, we find out your boy 21 Savage is really a 007 agent.
Oh, my God.
And what I mean by that is we find out he's British.
He's British.
He gets arrested by ICE for being in the United States.
I think he overstayed his visa, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
One of probably the funniest memes moment of all time. No,
go ahead.
It's probably one of the
I
funniest
concur.
ones. Yeah.
I concur.
Yeah, because that shit was hilarious.
Honestly, it blew my fucking mind.
It just random.
Yeah.
Random.
I
Just
never saw that coming.
Okay, I thought you were from like Atlanta. Like what?
I mean, he is, but
he grew up
not.
there. Yeah.
That shit was kind of crazy though, because it's like, are they really gonna deport 21?
Yeah. No, really. Like he was gonna get deported because he overstayed his visa, and we were just like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
Who else can get deported? Like, well done.
And you're right. As far as meme memory, that shit was fire. That shit was a fire time on the
Fire
internet.
time on Twitter for sure.
And then we go towards the end of March 31st, and we get into Nipsey Hussle passing away. Honestly,
it created a really beautiful moment in Los Angeles because of how many people came together. It's sad that something like that has to happen in order for that to take place, but I think most people would agree that they'd be willing to go if they knew it would create some sort of peace after that. You know, it sucks that a lot of our artists or idols or people that we look up to die, and then that's what it takes for them to get the respect or the notoriety or the recognition for their work. But at least his message was spread after that, you know?
Definitely.
And he did get the notoriety after that. And we all know it's beyond music with him. Now, it made fans out of people who didn't know who the fuck he was before that. You know? So shout out to Nipsey, rest in peace, man. Then we get to April. And April felt like April Fool's Day, dog. Because we had the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog. Damn, dog. Honestly, when I saw that trailer, I was like, this ain't real. This ain't real. With the first Sonic, do you remember they gave him like the teeth and shit?
Like,
and
it just looked
creepy.
ugly as
Yeah.
fuck. I don't know if you guys know, but I love hedgehogs. Just in
What
general.
the fuck?
I love hedgehogs. Yo, I have a bunch of hedgehogs in my car. I have like 3 hedgehogs in my car, like stuff that
I believe that.
yeah. And I'm just like, yo, like what'd you do to my boy? Like,
Yeah, and Sonic is an adorable character.
yeah.
Sonic is just one of those dudes, you know? But eventually, you know, once the trailer hit the internet and social media went into frenzy, Twitter, Instagram, everybody was bitching about that shit. And which I feel like they had every right to bitch about it.
Yeah, it's crazy how much backlash there. Everybody was upset. Everybody was upset.
So they delayed the movie, right? They went back and redid the CGI and worked on it some more. And I think they got it right the second time.
It looks good now. It looks good.
The Sonic redesign is dope. That doesn't mean I think the movie's gonna be good, because it definitely feels like that movie is based towards children, so it's gonna be a kid heavy movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hopefully they make it. They make it in ticket sales.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're gonna need it after all that money they spent on the fucking
For
redesign.
Sure, I think it cost them a lot of money.
But you know what? Also, I think it says a lot about them. We're willing to spend that money to get it right.
Yeah.
So hey, shout out to them, bro. The fucking Sonic redesign was much needed. After that, we get into June.
Well, hold up, boy. You missed May, bro.
What happened in May?
What happened in May, bro? Something crazy happened in May.
Talk nice to me.
The Raptors went up 3-2 against the Milwaukee Bucks to set up a Golden State and Toronto finals. That happened in May, bro.
They went up 3-2.
They went up 3-2. They had a 3-2 lead, and that's what set them up. Obviously, they won the next game, but that was that moment of the Toronto.
So why wouldn't you just say they won 4-2?
Because I think they won 4-2 like in June, so it doesn't count. But we can't forget about.
All right.
Look,
so you definitely picked the last day of May to be like they went up 3-2.
Look,
They didn't even win the series.
I get you, but at that moment when they won, it was when, oh fuck, like they're about to go to the finals. Like they're about to do this. That 3-2 moment when they won that game, I think that was the turning point. I believe so, because I remember that clearly for some reason. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But then we go into June. You can go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say the Toronto Raptors will go on to win the finals against the Golden State Warriors. The Toronto run to the championship was really impressive.
Definitely.
It was really impressive. I forget who they played in the first round. I want to say it was the Magic, and the Magic won game 1 on a buzzer beater. Nobody expected, but after that, it's like the Raptors turned it on, and the Magic had no chance. And then you said they played the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes.
Which means they played the 76ers in the semis.
Yes.
And, you know, your boy Kawhi hits that buzzer beater over Joel Embiid from the corner.
To send them to the finals, to the Eastern
Conference Finals. And then what Kawhi was able to do against Giannis last year was
something special, man.
I mean,
something
and it wasn't
special.
just Kawhi that definitely played team defense, but I mean, when Kawhi's the top dog on that team and he's like, well, I'm going to guard him. That's how we checking up.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? As fate would have it, the Warriors were not completely healthy in the finals, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Either way, I was taking the Raptors in 7. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
After that, we get to July, and it's your boy ASAP Rocky detained in Sweden. You remember what the fuck happened?
I mean, I think I remember the situation.
It was like a video. Somebody was bothering them.
Yeah, somebody. So basically, from what I remember, because I did my homework, but I forgot to write this shit down. Somebody was bothering them. Some two dudes were trying to ask who they were, because obviously it was ASAP. I'm sure he had some chains on. He had a big entourage. So some two local dudes were just like, "Hey, who are you? Who are you? Who are you?" Obviously, ASAP didn't want to say who he was. Like, no, we're good. Leave us alone. I guess the dudes kept on pestering him and his people. Maybe I remember they threw something at his bodyguard, some kind of headphones or something. Ended up being a fight. They had to defend themselves.
Right.
And then obviously ASAP was arrested for I think battery or whatever crime it was in Sweden.
Do you remember how long he was held in Sweden?
I think it was for like a couple months.
Was it a couple months?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a little while because he was obviously arrested and then he still had to go on a trial.
Yeah, he had to wait for his court
Yeah,
date and
it's
stuff.
not like
and
he
then go
just
to
had
trial.
that shit
Yeah.
didn't happen.
You're right.
day
He
to
was there for
another.
a fucking hot minute, dog. But also, I was like, what the fuck? Like, 21 getting deported and ASAP being held in Sweden. Like, what the fuck is going on, man?
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, and eventually it just came down to a couple fines and he paid his fees and he was able to go on his way.
Hey man, those good lawyers.
Good lawyers will do that for you, man. Speaking of lawyers, dog, same month, your boy 6ix9ine gets arrested and goes to trial.
Oh, you're right. Well, does he go to trial?
I think he had gone to trial in July
Uh-huh.
and he starts snitching.
Uh-huh.
Hey, fuck it, man. Do what you got to do, dog. When you was facing 72 years or whatever the fuck was going on, man.
You were gonna die in prison, bro. Hey, do you? I mean, you might get capped, but I mean,
The memes were fire, though.
hey, that was hilarious.
I hope it was all worth it, man.
I hope it was too. I hope your rap career was all worth it.
Well, I mean, he was eating.
You're not gonna be eating no
He's
more.
not gonna be eating no more, though. Month of July, Revenge of the Dreamers 3 drops. One of the best albums of the year. Grammy nominated.
One of the best albums of the year.
Yeah, easy.
I mean, yeah,
Like,
but also you're biased.
yeah, but that shit was on repeat. Like, that shit was solid.
It was on repeat for you.
That shit, it should have been for everybody. That shit was solid. There weren't too many albums better than that this year. No way.
Okay.
And it was a compilation project. It did more than just sell records. It brought fans together. It brought artists together. It put me on to people that I had never listened to or I would never want to listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Then we get to October, man. October.
October.
And
I don't remember nothing in October.
You don't remember nothing in October?
Nah, I
Nothing big,
don't.
like maybe the Nationals winning the World Series?
That's weird. That's crazy. That happened?
Really?
That happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
They beat the guys you don't like. Remember?
Oh.
They beat the cheaters. They beat the
The Astros?
Yeah, that's who they beat.
Oh, the Asterix.
So now you remember.
I remember now. It's all coming back to me.
Aren't
Yeah.
you proud of the Nationals for winning their first title?
Yeah. It just sucks
It
that
doesn't sound like it.
it just sucks they had to go through us. They didn't even really go through us. They it was like a first round bye.
Oh man,
Yeah.
what they did to you guys.
They didn't do nothing. It was game 5. It was a tough series. But we should have beat them.
Should have never been a game 5.
Of course. Should have. I don't know.
What they did to you guys was a popular title on Pornhub. That's what they did to you guys.
Oh.
Oh God, and I'll let you guys get
Interesting.
creative with that one.
Interesting.
Same month, October, man. The Joker drops.
Okay.
You saw it, right?
I did see it. Definitely.
I still
saw
have
it.
not gone to see this movie.
Really? You have not seen the Joker?
Honestly, I forgot that shit came out.
Shut up, bro. That's a good movie, dude.
I still haven't seen it.
That's a real good movie.
It's a real good movie.
Yeah.
I remember all the backlash that movie was getting.
It was a little like I guess it did get backlash. I remember like promoting like mass shootings or whatever.
Or people were afraid that it was gonna influence people
To do
to start mass acts of violence.
yeah, something like that.
And I remember the night of the premiere, right, in Hollywood, it's a staple to walk down the red carpet and whatnot. They canceled all the interviews.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know all that.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, Todd Phillips, everybody, we're doing no interviews on the red carpet. We're just walking down, taking pictures, and we're going in for the premiere. Because they were done with all the backlash that they were getting. They felt like they were just digging themselves in a deeper hole. They couldn't answer the question in, I guess, a politically correct way or a way that would make society feel more comfortable. But then again, hey, dog, when you're speaking your truth, what can you do, dog?
That's true.
You can put out film, and however the fuck people are going to interpret it, that's how they're going to interpret it. Like, it ain't up to you.
That's crazy that you haven't seen Joker. It's a really, really good movie. It's
I've heard. I've
really-
heard both sides of
really
the story.
dark, Really, people don't like it?
Yeah, but I mean that's what everything.
No, yeah, but like, did they say why they didn't like it?
I mean, I really don't care to listen. Honestly, at this point, I'm like, I'll watch it when I get a chance. Like, I'm not like, oh shit, I gotta put it on.
I think it was a really good movie. I think Joaquin did a great job. His performance was great. It was just really dark, like really, really dark. Like I was surprised of how dark the movie was. But again, like his story is a somewhat tragedy. Yeah. So I mean, like, yeah, I thought it was really well done.
And then I know that some people were sort of questioning, because I guess, like I said, I haven't seen the movie, but I guess there's a scene where Joaquin Phoenix runs into a young Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Right? So people are like, how does this timeline add up if this is the Joker and Batman's still a kid or whatever? I think it has to be some sort of whatever he goes on to do in the movie influences the next generation's Joker.
I mean, from what I remember correctly, I think that movie was supposed to be just kind of live on its own.
Okay.
Not really be a part of any universe or anything.
Right.
They do some things that they refer to other like scenes in the comic. I don't want to say too much because you haven't seen it.
Okay.
But there's a certain scene that it's like a pretty popular scene in the comics and in multiple Batman movies. So it's like, it kind of ties it in. But again, I think the movie was just kind of to be a standalone. Just here's a background of Joker. Just that's it. Don't worry about Batman or anybody else. Just worry about the Joker.
Okay. I like that. But also, if it's gonna be that,
maybe you shouldn't watch it.
Is the scene with him meeting Bruce Wayne necessary? I don't know how it ties into the rest of the movie. If it's gonna be that, let's just not have that scene. Yeah.
I guess you're not wrong about that. But again, like it was
I'm wrong about very little.
Oh no,
as
really?
You should know.
Yeah.
After over a year of doing this podcast with me.
I guess.
Hey, let's go into November. But if we're gonna go into November, we gotta talk about October's very own. Your boy Drizzy Drake gets booed off the stage and can't vlog. Nah.
How dare they disrespect the sixth god?
I mean, yeah, man. Honestly, it was just a big moment because we know the level of popularity that Drake's at.
Yeah.
So I don't think we would ever expect to see him get booed off stage.
Oh, for sure. I think I think he handled it well. Was it a little obnoxious? Yeah. Like, why you gotta boo somebody off stage? Like, if you're not happy with them, if you're not happy that they're there to perform, all right, then go to the back. Fuck it, call it a day. To me, the booing is obnoxious, unless
you would never boo anybody.
Unless they did something like douchey, like fucked up, then yeah, I'd probably boo them. But if they're just there performing, just because I don't like somebody doesn't mean I'm not gonna boo them off stage. Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, but I think he handled it well. Again, it was just a bad surprise. I guess it was a surprise.
Yeah, he was a surprise guest.
It was a surprise guest. But you know it happens. Whatever, dude. You can't win all the battles. Again, it was weird because when do you think Drake, because he's such a popular artist, would ever get booed somewhere? Drake got booed, so that means anybody else can get booed. So your shit don't stink, people.
But you know what? Like almost, I want to say like 2 weeks after that, I saw a video, and it was a clear video, so it is Drake. You can see it's Drake. Where he's at some sort of like house party.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then
someone asked him,
and then they go, "Who invited you, bro?" And he goes, "What? Me?" And he goes, "Do you know who I am?" And that made me like eat a fat dick. I hope they boo you off stage again. Do you know who I am? Yes, I know who you are. But honestly, I thought that shit was funny that they asked him who invited you.
But for sure they knew who he was. They were just probably trolling.
That sounds like some shit I would do.
I just feel like he could have said that and been a smartass about. Like Drake could have had a better answer. If he wouldn't have said, "Do you know who I am?" to me, like I'm like just that's it, and then walk away, that it would have been funny because he just flexed on them too. But the way that when people say, "Do you know who I am?" I feel you. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
But what if it was a genuine question, like, "Hey, do you know like me, six God?
You don't know that I'm Drake?
You don't know like YOLO? That was me.
That was started from the bottom.
You already know though.
That's the motto, YOLO. All right, you don't? Well, here's my mixtape. So
hey man, fuck it. Hopefully he gets booed off stage again so we can talk about it some more. But also in the month of November, we had that drop. We had that hitter. We had that Disney Plus. Everybody and their mama signed up for the 7-day free trial.
I got that shit. A 7-day became a lot more than 7 days.
Yeah, I want to know. Are you still watching it?
Yeah.
What are we watching on there?
I just watched Winter Soldier the other day. Probably one of my
So
favorite.
Avengers movies?
No, I'll be watching The Mandalorian. Wizards of Waverly Place.
Why?
Because I love Selena Gomez. Hater.
Oh, all right. I mean, how old is she in that series?
I don't know. She's probably like, I don't know, 15, 16. I don't remember.
15 and you're whatever. Doesn't matter.
I watched that
that's
series
cool.
growing up, so eat a fucking dick.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Nah,
Hey,
You're
man,
reaching.
I don't want no parts
You're
of this
reaching.
on this
reaching.
podcast, Danny. You keep that shit to yourself.
I watched a couple I watched Goofy movie like twice because
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie.
I was just wondering because I remember when it dropped. Obviously, everybody signed up for that shit. That shit was everywhere. But I feel like no one's even talking about it anymore. So I'm wondering, what are we watching if it's still on? I got it, but I'm like, honestly, I'll go on and watch The Simpsons. That's
But
about
also, like, the thing is that there's only a certain amount of movies on there.
it's fucking limited as fuck, to be honest.
Shit's coming out soon, but it's like you can probably knock this shit out. Like in a month or so, a couple months, you can knock out a bunch of movies if you're on it a lot.
I feel like you don't even got to be on it a lot. Like I honestly, I feel it's really limited.
But I mean, they have a lot of the Marvel movies. They got remember I watched that X-Men, the animated series.
Yep.
Fire. They got dope shit. But again, you can knock those out like in a couple months, and after that, you're gonna be like, all right, unless you really want to watch these movies 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times.
I'm telling you, like right now, I'm only getting on to watch The Simpsons, and that's because there's so many episodes of The Simpsons, and like The Simpsons is legendary, dog.
Oh, for sure.
So I mean, I'm not gonna get tired of that shit. And then in the month of December, obviously, happy fake birthday, Jesus.
Happy fake birthday. You really went at their heads.
I mean, take it how you want it, dog. You feel me?
But I mean, I want to hate, but it's true.
Also, Jesus wasn't a white man. Shout out Santa Claus.
Shout out Santa Claus. Yep.
On top of all of that, Nick Cannon decides to diss Eminem.
He just had to make it about himself. He couldn't just enjoy Jesus' birthday, his fake birthday.
His fake birthday, but it was
Yeah.
litty titty though. Yeah, I mean, you guys been listening to the last few episodes, so you've heard us talk about it a bit. Yo, fuck Nick Cannon. I mean, not fuck Nick Cannon, but also fuck Nick Cannon. Like, what are we doing, dog? What are we doing? Let's find more productive ways to spend our time. Right?
I mean, yes, but I'm sure he probably made money off this.
You think so?
I think so. I don't see why he wouldn't. This is a money move. This is a clout move. This is get people to look at me move.
Yes, but I don't see how that is gonna translate to
Like Wildin' Out or something.
Yeah, I guess in certain parts of the world there are people living under rocks who don't know about Wildin' Out and Nick Cannon. So they're gonna see, oh shit, somebody dissed Eminem, and they'll go check it out and they'll be like, oh, what the fuck's Wildin' Out? So I guess in that sense. But besides that, nah.
I thought an album was about to drop out of nowhere. Like, oh, by the way,
A Black Squad album?
I'm releasing an album next month. Oh,
For
interesting.
Nick Cannon?
Nick Cannon, I'm saying. Yeah,
Man,
I'm
fuck
like,
that, man.
interesting.
Ain't nobody gonna buy that shit.
Hey, I remember hearing this. When has anybody ever said like, "Yo, play that new Nick Cannon right now"?
I mean, there hasn't been no new Nick Cannon. If not, that would be me. You feel me? Play that new Nick Cannon, son.
Hey, play that new Nick Cannon. Shit is fire, son.
All right, Danny, we get into it, man. I want to ask you: are there any resolutions that we got for the next year, man?
I don't honestly, I haven't thought of any because it's weird. Usually, I'm like thinking of shit like, okay, I want to do this next year. I want to do this next year. This year, I haven't really. It's weird. I'm kind of just enjoying the end of and like this sounds dramatically, but the end of the decade, just like.
Yeah, I'm over that shit. The end of the decade shit.
Why not? Like I was thinking about where I was in 2010, where I am now. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, but you could do that with any year.
With any, I know.
5 years ago, you could have been like, "Oh, I was thinking where I was 2005, and now it's 2015."
Yeah, but all right. So you're being a hater. It's all good.
I'm not being a hater. I just think it's stupid. Like honestly, the only reason I celebrate the New Year's is because everyone else does. It's like it's another it's an excuse to go drink. Like all we did was go around the sun one more time. Like it's not.
All we did, we got older, bro.
I know that's not a good thing.
Some people didn't make it.
That's true. That's big facts. But that's what every day though.
Some people
that's what every day. So I can't just be celebrating that shit.
Times.
You know what? I'm usually against resolutions.
I don't like them either, bro. Because I honestly don't.
I'm more like if you're gonna make a change in your life, you can do that any day.
Now.
Decide and do it.
Yes.
But this year,
I'm gonna hit the gym. 2020.
But also catch me at the gym all January, February, a little bit less by March.
No, I think I'll go into like May. Actually, no, I feel like if I'm in the gym until March, I'm gonna go in like rest of the year.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. I'm trying to give it some thought. I'll update you guys on next week's episode to see if I actually committed to anything. But I kind of want to this year. I kind of want to, man.
You gotta write it down. You gotta put it somewhere.
Well, we got a fucking big ass whiteboard that don't get used anymore. So yeah, we'll probably put it up there.
We need to do some shit like that.
Hey, man, here we are, end of the year. Hopefully the
End of the
holidays were
decade.
good to you.
In the decade, bro.
I'm trying to do my closeout and you just had a fuck.
I'm just saying, it's a. We're gonna be in the 20s,
Yeah, man.
in the 2020s,
Yeah, man.
the Roaring 20s.
In my shut the fuck up.
You know, I'm going to a Roaring 20s party for New Year's.
Yeah, also that's dumb as fuck.
Why?
But enjoy yourself.
Well, yo, it's an excuse to drink, right?
Yeah, but also weren't the Roaring 20s mad racist?
Yeah,
And we're Hispanic,
yeah,
so we probably wouldn't be invited to those parties. We'd probably be serving those fucking parties.
that's true.
But whatever, dude.
I just played myself. Oh
Yeah.
fuck. Oh, what if a plot twist? They were gonna make me serve shit.
Was everybody
Oh.
white? Were the people that invited you white?
Nah, it's all Hispanics.
Oh, okay.
No,
So
I mean it's just mixed, a bunch of mixed people. But
Yeah. So it's a
Yeah.
make believe. It's a make believe party.
yeah, we'll
and
pretend.
you can do that. You can do that whenever. It doesn't
Okay.
have to be on the New Year's.
Yeah.
You can have a make believe party whenever.
Okay.
Because you're probably 3 years old and still play fantasy football because you're immature.
Nah.
And look, you guys. Hopefully the holidays were good to you guys. Hopefully you guys got through them happy and safe. And we're going into the new year. Everybody, please have a good time. Everybody, please be safe. Don't drink and drive. Big reminder: don't drink and drive, especially when the block is hot like it's gonna be
It's gonna
this
be
New Year's.
so hot.
But everybody be safe. Thank you for the continued support for this podcast, man. We really appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out Maudi. Shout out Elbin. Shout out everybody who tunes in every week. We'll see you guys next year, man. Be good.
Oh, see you next year. You really use that line. See you next year. I hated that line.
See you guys next Friday.
Thank you. That sounds a lot
Get
better.
a dick, Denny.
Deuces.